Hey everybody, this is Rob, and I'm back with another PlayStation VR video. And quite honestly, other than that very first video made with Taylor where we discussed a variety of VR topics, this is probably going to be the most useful VR video that I've made so far. And that's because, like most people that have a PlayStation VR, I've been struggling with how the hell to store this thing when it's not in use. The PlayStation VR is just a cluster of cables and accessories. You need a breakout box, you have cables going in and out of the PlayStation 4 and into the headset, and then you need 2 Move controllers and at least 1 Dualshock 4 controller. Plus, a lot of people like me use a headset, so you need all these different things to get the PlayStation VR going, and when you're not playing it, what do you do with them? What I was doing, I was just throwing them in a box. And it's not, I'm in a garage arcade, so it's not that big a deal, but if you're in a living room or a place where your girlfriend or wife or roommate kind of gets after you for just leaving your stuff out, or maybe you have young kids or pets, and if you leave stuff about, they get into them. So there's, all these different reasons that you maybe just don't want to leave it lying around. I looked into a variety of stands, and I think this one by Collective Minds is definitely the best option so far. Now, the very first one that was released, and the one that most people have, is one made by PowerA. That one has been available right from the beginning, and they really benefited from being the only PlayStation VR stand available for quite a while. In fact, this one is still hard to get. I was able to get one of these from GameStop, at an actual GameStop store, but they only had one in stock, and it was way across town. I live in Austin, and it was on basically the complete other end of town, and I used their GameStop app to hold the stand so that I could get there in time to pick it up, because I was afraid that somebody else would pick it up, because on Amazon this thing has been a hot pre-order item, and it's actually gotten a lot of negative reviews, a lot of 1-star reviews from people that don't even have the stand, but they're pissed off because they kept pushing back the date of release, and then it was short supply. It was in short supply, so a lot of people couldn't get it, so everybody's all angry giving it a 1-star review. But in actuality, the people that actually got one were giving it very high reviews, because it seems to have outdone the original PowerA one in pretty much every way. For example, the PowerA one can only charge 1 DualShock controller at a time, and this one has 2 charge ports for DualShock 4 controllers. And that's useful in the sense that most people have at least 2 DualShock 4 controllers for the PlayStation 4, even if you don't use both of them for the PlayStation VR. So if you only have one charge stand or 1 charge port for your DualShock 4, and you have 2 controllers, you're always going to have one lying about that may or may not have a charge, so it's kind of nice that they put an extra one in there. The other thing this has is space for your headset in the back. So this is showing a mock-up or generic looking, but it's really, you can tell what it is. It's a PlayStation Gold headset, but really any headset that requires a USB charge, this will be useful for, even those that don't have a USB charge, just to hang the headset. Personally, I don't use a headset unless I'm playing the PlayStation VR, so it's nice that I can hang it there. But again, if you have a Gold headset or any other headset that requires a charger, you can actually hook it up to the back of this and have it ready to go when you want to play PlayStation VR. And the main thing that I think sets this apart, it has a completely different design than the PowerA version. The PowerA version kind of has, it's kind of trying to emulate putting on the headset on your head, so it kind of stretch it over, kind of like the top of a mannequin head. And the problem is, it tends to, from the reviews, I don't actually own one, but a lot of the reviewers on Amazon have been saying that that they put it on the top, and because it's just resting on top of the stand and not like lying, it's resting like fitted on top of the stand, not resting on lips like this one is, it tends to fall off. And also I think it's putting some pressure, and I don't know this for sure, you guys that own a PowerA may be able to confirm this, but I think you kind of stretch it over the top of the stand to kind of get it to fit snugly, but that seems to kind of be sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. And this stand works completely differently. It has a lip in the front and on the back that you just set it on top of. You don't stretch it over like you were putting it on your head. You just lay it on top of it, so it's more secure. So all these things combined, plus the lower price, the PowerA one's $50, this one's $15 cheaper, maybe just wait for this one to come out. So when I finally found it and picked it up, I was pretty happy about it. In fact, a little story about that. When I went to go pick this up, I used the GameStop app to hold it for me. You can use I don't know if you've done this before. You can do this on the website too. But if you find an item at a GameStop and it's a hot item, or there's very low inventory on that item, low supply, low stock, whatever, you can actually tell them to hold it for you, and they'll hold it for you for the remainder of the day. So I did this, and I drove across town like 40 minutes, and I get there, and I say, hey, I'm here to pick up that VR showcase stand for the PlayStation VR, and they go, oh yeah, I got it right here, and they pull out the PowerA one. I'm like, whoa, no, that's not the one I reserved. And he's like, yeah, it is. Like, here's a receipt. But because there's been only one stand available this whole time that the PlayStation VR has been out, that's the only one they knew of. And I said, no, check it out. That's different price point, different cut. It's totally different. And he looks at it and he's like, oh yeah, you're right. So they go over to the wall, and I'm like, oh my god, you guys left it on the wall? Hope somebody didn't snatch it up when you guys were supposed to have been holding it for me. But luckily, no, they still had it on the wall, so I got to pick it up, and I was pretty happy. I got to use some GameStop reward points and all that. But anyway, this, even still, at $34.99, it's a great value compared to the $50 one, and it supposedly works better and all that other stuff. So I was pretty happy to be able to pick this up. And if you go to Amazon and GameStop, I think it's still sold out. But you know, I would suggest that you keep trying, or maybe if you can pre-order from one of those places, maybe you can do that. So let's take a look at the inside of this. Let's take a look at the back here. I don't think it really has anything super interesting. Just talks about having, you know, five charge ports, so that's 2 Dualshock 4, the 2 Move controllers, and then 1 for your headset if you should need that. And then of course it holds your headset. Now it doesn't show you how it does cable management. It just kind of trails off, so I don't know exactly how you're going to handle. I guess it just kind of goes to the back and falls off maybe your entertainment center, and goes into the breakout box or something like that. But so was it looking for a place to store your PlayStation VR gear when not in use? Absolutely. Look no further than the Ultra Premium Collective Minds VR Showcase. I don't know what Collective Minds has made other than this thing. Never heard of them before. Charge and display stand. It's the most complete solution for your PlayStation VR storage needs. A VR Showcase stand features a premium finish that elegantly displays your PlayStation VR headpiece in all of its glory. Alright. Seems like talking it up a bit much, but whatever. In addition to PlayStation VR headpiece storage, all of the accessory storage is taken care of as well. The system charges 2 Move controllers, 2 DualShock 4 controllers, and even your Sony Gold or other USB charging headset. It is simply the most complete VR display and charge solution available. And I would agree with that. AC charging means the charger can be placed anywhere conveniently, and it charges all 5 components rapidly. So that's pretty cool. Alright, so let's just open this sucker up and take a look. I see that I saw the receipt that I stuck in here on the side. Oh, boy, you really seal this thing well. The thing is, when I bought this at the GameStop I bought it at, everything that was on the wall was locked. It was locked with like a key. So everything that was on the wall, even like $5 and $10 items, I guess I wasn't in a very good neighborhood that was prone to shoplifting. But it was funny. Alright, so there's the receipt I stuffed in there, so I wouldn't lose it. So I'm going to give you like a top-down view while I open this up, but then I'll change the camera angle at the end there to show you what it looks like with the VR unit in place. So here we just have an AC unit, and it just says Collective Minds. Honestly, I'm surprised that they even have a sticker that says Collective Minds. It's not a generic one. This like plug reminds me of like a European style AC adapter. And in fact, I read an Amazon review where some guy got the European plug even though they shipped it to Washington State. So that's kind of funny. Alright, so there's the plug. Just a piece of packaging filler. Some bubble wrap and a stand. So here's the front stand, and as you would expect, it's plastic. It's got a decent weight to it. It's not like super heavy. I heard some complaints that the PowerA one wasn't very heavy, but this one's decent. And here we got the DualShock 4 ports and the Move ports here. And let's get the rest of it out. And I saw there's some other designs out there as well that are coming out. And some of them look okay, and some of them look awful. I saw one, and I'm just going to go renegade here and not even look at the directions. Just try to put it together myself. And again, it feels pretty good. I mean, it is plastic, so you have to expect that it's not like super sturdy, but it seems pretty sturdy for plastic. But anyway, some of the other designs, I mean, there was a horrible one where it was like a side-by-side unit, and it was like this big, and it looked all wiry, like literal wire frame stand, not solid plastic. So what is this? Figure it out once I get the rest of the pieces out here. Is there even a manual? There is a manual. Let's see if I can do this without the manual. 5X charge ports. The guarantee, warranty card. It's actually a little bit bigger than I thought it was going to be. But yeah, it's still, it's a good size. So okay, let's see. I'm sure I can figure this out. Let's do this. So that's the front part. And so this has got to be the back for the it's got to be for the headset. So this has got to be like this. Okay, this has got to slide here. It has to. Okay, good. All right, so this guy goes here, right? Nope. Let's go here in front. All right, so where's this go? I see. This has to go here, right? So maybe read the directions now. Yeah, it has to go there. Alright, cool. Look at the box reference. Okay, so the move controller's in the back. I was thinking it was in the front, like the PowerA one, but it's supposed to go in the back. And then this one has to go, yeah. So it has to go here. No, it's gotta go this way. Come on. It can only fit one way, right? Does it snap in there? Oh, okay, it just snaps in there. I was trying to slide it. It doesn't want to go all four at the same time. I don't want to break the damn thing, that's for sure. There we go. So it just snaps in there. I was trying to slide it like this one, but no. So here's a side view of it. And so the headset part goes here, the back end goes here. So from here to here, then your headphones go here, and then your DualShocks and your move controllers. And here's the port in the back, the USB port. This is the AC to give the whole thing power, and it's got nice convenient little light ups for the different things you're charging. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So yeah, it feels pretty solid. You're gonna get a top view here, but I have the pieces here. So here's a DualShock 4 controller. And again, I'll do this from the side as well. See how easily it clicks in. Hopefully I don't have to do a huddle up. Well, it doesn't click. Okay, so it doesn't click, it just kind of falls in there. I wish it kind of had like a click. The PowerA DualShock controllers charge stand that I have just pushes down and actually clicks in place. So that's what I was looking for that. No. This way. Okay, so that is doing this. The guide for there it is. Okay, so it's not too difficult, but there's a little play in there. You can kind of see. And let's see. I actually have the official Sony charge stands for these things, but let's see. So I have these straps on, and you should too. Okay, so they fit pretty easily, and they should fit with the straps on there. So there's another one. Okay, so I think these have. Oh, these are a little snug. Yeah, so these have. Not only do they have USB ports there, but they also have these two contacts there for charging. So should be okay. Yeah, no, they fit good. That's good. And then of course the big guy, the headset itself, is right here. That should just fit right there, and that's great. Just literally just rests on top. You don't have to do anything else. So that's not going to slip off or anything. Just fits perfectly right there. It looks great. I know you guys are looking at it from the top, but I'll switch the camera angle here in a bit. And then just for grins, here are the headphones that I use. They're wired headphones, and they just fit cleanly on the back there. All right. So it looks pretty good. I know you can't see it from the top there that great, so I'm gonna stop the video here and let's get a different angle to show you. All right, this is what it looks like from the side and from the front. It's a pretty sleek looking unit. The controllers are all pretty firmly in place when they're charging, especially the Move controllers. The Dualshock 4 controllers have a little bit of play there, but not too bad. The stand itself seems very sturdy. It's got some good weight to it. If you have heavy headphones in the back, it shouldn't make a difference because they're pretty, putting quite a bit of pressure here, and it doesn't seem like it's going to tip it over in any way. So that's nice. There's charge indicator lights here for when you're charging your accessories, and then there's that USB port in the back for charging your PlayStation 4 Gold or any USB charging headsets, and there's the indicator light for that. The one thing that I would say that you might want to look out for is probably not a big thing, but I have to mention it because I noticed it. Because this just sits on top, there's a little bit of play here. So if you move it around a whole bunch, I guess there's a possibility that it might fall off, but I wouldn't think so. The alternative is to get the PowerA style, which from my understanding uses tension on the headband to keep it in place, and from what I hear it doesn't do a good job at that. So it's either using the tension to hold it in place and not doing a good job, or just having some place to lay it on top of. And I think of the two, I prefer this. You don't have to put any wear and tear on the elasticity of the headband, so I like that a lot. And plus I just feel more confident of just being able to lay it on top of something. That's what I normally do anyway. I just lay it on top of the table, so it's just laying on top of this. And there's no cable management, but that's to be expected. Usually this goes to your breakout box, so you expect that to kind of drop off the back of the table or your entertainment center and go right into the breakout box. I happen to have headset or headphones that are wired, so it doesn't take into account for that, but it's not designed for that, so I can't really blame it for that either. Anyway, I think overall it's a pretty good value at $35. It does, even if you just buy it for the chargers for Move and Dualshock 4 chargers, that's not even a bad deal. So if you have a PlayStation VR headset, I highly recommend this. If you have a PowerA one and disagree, or you have any comments on the PowerA that if I said something incorrectly, because I don't actually own a PowerA one stand, I just looked at the comments and read about them. So if you have any feedback, I would appreciate that as well. Leave all the questions and comments down below, or you can shoot me a tweet at Rob Nava, or you can look me up on Facebook at the same name. Let me know if you liked the video. Please let me know. Click like and subscribe if you want, just like everybody else says. Or just if there's any problems with the video, let me know and I'll make sure to correct it. Thanks for watching. See you next time.